your girl, Nia, with a Time Like This podcast at Atlanta Streetwear Market. And I'm here with...
Byron Rouse, owner of KCreate.
Okay. So, Byron, is your first time at the Atlanta Streetwear Market?
Nah, it's my second year.
Your second year? When did you do it the first time?
April.
April? So you did the spring collection.
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you?
Nah, it was really good. Like, I didn't realize how creative these folks in Atlanta is. I'm like, yo, I need to come harder.
You ain't know about us?
Man,
What?
I'm from South Carolina. So.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You so close. She from South Carolina.
Where? What part?
What part are you from? What part of South Carolina are you from?
Mons Corner. I'm from, from Orangeburg, but I live in West Ashton. Yeah, so Mons Corner, they're like 40 minutes away.
Mm-hmm. She stay in Atlanta. That means you gotta stay in Atlanta.
Yeah, I get it.
But anyways, is it like a big difference between the spring and now the summer?
Nah, because I thought it would be more summer pieces, but I still see people selling winter merch. Last year was at the convention center, so it was a bigger venue, but this turnout is still like that though.
Okay, yeah. It is some people selling some hot ass stuff right now, but that's because they know that fall is coming up, and nobody when summer's about to start ending, nobody really wants to buy summer stuff anymore, except for me.
And no cap, Atlanta folks, y'all wear hoodies with 95-degree weather.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how people do it. I can't do it.
But I don't understand it.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I did wear hoodies to the movies last week, so it wasn't too hot. Because when you're from Atlanta, you understand the weather. You know when it's like too high. You know it's like right now, if somebody wearing a hoodie, they tripping right now.
Bro, there's mad people in here with
tripping. But he got a shorts on, so you gotta break it. You know what I'm saying? So you see how I got pants on and the tank top?
That's not the same.
you gotta break it. Okay, well let's get into this icebreaker. I wanna loosen you up real quick. So, if you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
See, when you first said that, first thing I thought of was my merch. I want an unlimited supply of my merch, but I'm like, nah. A better answer would be is time. I want an unlimited amount of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Fast. I feel like I never have enough time to do anything. So.
I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, damn, like, do I have enough time to sleep before I gotta wake up in the morning and come back here? That's deep. Okay, the last person I had on here said money. And I feel like
that's
people
cliche.
Yeah. Because I don't know, money. I was about to say money can't buy you happiness, but money can't buy you happiness.
It's 50-50 in my opinion.
Why?
Somebody. I was on not really a podcast, but an interview last year, and he asked me that same thing: does money buy happiness? And we had a whole discussion about it.
Maybe because money buys you stability, but it can also be like if you have everything that you want, it's like
it's depressing.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Okay, I like that. I like your answer. So let's get into the nitty-gritty questions. You ready? So the first question is, of course, tell the people who you are and what is your brand.
Okay, like I said, my name is Byron Rouse, owner of KCreate. It's spelled KCreate. The K is silent. I started it 4 years ago, 2019, when I was still living back home with my folks. Then so, going into kind of like what the brand means. It's called Create, of course, but it's basically taking your imagination and kind of like making it tangible. So that was kind of like the hardest thing for me, was as far as like coming up with a name. So I'm like, damn, what can I call it? I'm like, shit, all I do all day is sit home and create, so why not call it Create? So that's how I did it. And I was like, let me change the name up a little bit just so it's not just KREATE. Let me put a KR in front of it and kind of play on the words a little bit. So
that's nice. That's smart. I like that. That's creative.
There you go.
I like that. So, next question, if you could partner with any brand or any designer or any celebrity, who would that be, and why would you pick that specific person, and how could they strengthen your brand besides the clout, besides the fame that they're going to give you? Why would you pick that person?
So I got two answers. The first answer, he died, so I'll choose Virgil. I think Virgil was the first person when I first started. Was like I would look at his piece and I'll be at awe in it, and I'll try to break it down and build it back up with my own piece. And I used to do that with a lot of his pieces just because his shit was just so unique. And now that he's gone, I have to choose. His name is Blue Boy. I don't know if you heard him. He partnered with True Religion. His brand is called WNTD Apparel. And his shit is just different. Like, it's almost, to me, he's like the next Virgil. I mean, more people know about him, but I like his work. Like, he do a lot of fabric on fabric. He pay attention to like small details. And that's what I try to do with mine, is like pay attention to like small details that people don't really notice.
Okay. Describe your favorite piece that you created. I know that's an impromptu question. Like what piece in your collection or any of your collections means the most to you?
Oh, probably one of my knitted sweaters. That's probably like my favorite. Like the sleeve is a little different. I took the knitted is like, you know, really good material. It's a splash on the side. I did it in maybe like 5 different colorways. It sold out really fast, so I think a lot of people really love those.
That's always nice.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to put a pop-up picture of that. I gotta see what that look like.
I bet.
And then the next question I have for you: what makes your brand different from all the other brands that's in here right now, and all the other brands like around the world, around the country?
That's a good question. To me, I mean, my material is top notch. This shirt I got on is mine. Like
let me feel it.
go ahead and touch it.
Oh,
Come on now. Yeah.
That's good quality right there.
Appreciate it. That's one thing, you know, I get complimented on is that. Also, I got a lot of simplistic, you know, kind of like designs. Also, I got a lot of designs that kind of make you think. So if you used to come to the table and kind of see, I'll kind of show you certain designs. You'll see it, but then I'll actually like, okay, what does it mean? And, you know, most people, they'll have to really think and like, you know, because there's a lot of play on words. So I kind of like make you think with the clothing. So I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing that's standing out to me right now, of course, is this very rich blue color, but it's also the collar. The collar is a very different collar. I don't see collars like that. And I know y'all probably like, the collar, Nia, what? But if you see his collar, I've been looking at it a lot. Y'all can tell. It's like not a regular one, and it's not a turtleneck. It's just like, I feel like it's just perfect. It's just really perfect and snug on your shirt. And then when you wear chains like that, you know how like it be looking weird sometimes because like when you have different collars it look weird.
Yeah.
That's the type of collar that the chain would be like cohesive and around. So I did want to point that out because I've been looking at that a lot.
Appreciate that.
So my next question for you is, what do you think the fashion industry is missing? And if the fashion industry isn't missing anything, what do you think the fashion industry is doing really well and striving in?
Missing.
And if it's missing something, what could you bring to it?
Right. And just being here, I honestly say I don't think it's really missing nothing. I think every single person here tackled some type of specific look, some type of specific cut, like different design. It's really hard for me to say like, okay, we're not doing this. I can't really pinpoint that.
Well, black people always gonna give. What are the generic fashion industry missing? What are they missing?
Pizzazz, like it's almost like, you know, they'll see something and like how like larger brands do, like Steve Madden. Like Steve Madden will see a brand and damn near copy the exact same brand.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing really different about it. So generic brands, that's what they do. Like not throwing out, high class, but they'll just focus on the fact that it's expensive and just throw a label on it. Put it $300 and now it's so-called hard.
Be a regular shirt.
It's a regular shirt with the word
$300.
Come on, man.
Like, I think one of the things I think is missing, I haven't gave my opinion on this question, but one of the things I think is missing is the community aspect, partnering aspect. Like
that's true.
Like you just said, like the brands, they just put their names on the stuff, and sometimes they steal like ideas from smaller people like in the fashion industry. I feel like it would be so much better and they can get so much more profit from different people that is tailoring to, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're exactly right, because, I fall victim of that because I haven't collabed with anyone yet, and it's honestly my fault. I haven't really reached out to nobody to collab. It's almost like a pride thing a little bit, but that's one thing we definitely have to do more, like, because it's more brands. It's not that many brands in Charleston, but it's a couple, and we definitely could, mix your audience with my audience, kind of put our minds together to come up with an even, better design, but hopefully that changes, though.
Yeah, collab with somebody from Atlanta, man. Y'all got two different mindsets. Charleston and Atlanta is two different mindsets. You're gonna reach two different audience, two different demographics. Honestly, the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Do you feel like Atlanta? Because I was asking another dude. I'm like, because he told me to move to Atlanta, I'll blow up. I'm like, bro, you don't feel like it's already too many clothing brands in Atlanta?
So I think right now, like the baby, he blew up in Charleston and everything. R.I.P. says the baby.
He blew up in Charleston?
Sorry, Charlotte.
Oh,
damn.
Okay.
He blew up in Charlotte. And that's a small community. A lot of people haven't, like, from the rap industry, haven't really blown up there. I feel like you should blow up there first.
Right.
Because you'll make your mark, you know what I'm saying, on Charleston. And then you can come to places like Atlanta. And then you can come to places like, LA and different things like that and put your mark there. But they'll know that you are Charleston-based, you know what I'm saying? And then the Charleston people will know, like, oh, my gosh, she came from my city, you know what I'm saying?
As a fact. So I have it in stores. It's a consignment spot in Charleston at the Tinker House called Cola Kick, so I have my stuff there. So.
Oh, you got a store?
No, I have a. So
you
I'm
have your clothes in
a store. Yeah,
oh,
facts.
Even that's still hard. People be saying no with the quickness. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching this show or a movie. I can't remember which one. Anyways, I was watching it, and she was trying to put her clothes. It was a reality TV show actually. It's called 20 Somethings, and she was trying to. She makes upkeep. What do you call it when you like refurbish it?
Refurbish what? Homes or what?
Sorry, not refurbish. Recreate like a clothing item.
You talking about
It's called upscale. Something.
yeah, it's like upscale.
Yeah. So she does that, and her stuff is really nice. And she was going around to different boutiques and everything like that, and they were telling her no with the quickness. So that the fact that you as a black man, because it is hard, sometimes hard for people of color, especially people of color like black
Right.
men and women, to get an opportunity for people to say yes. So like you got stuff in the store, but you gotta. You should have told me that. You should have told me that.
My bad.
Yeah, I got my stuff in the stores, man. I'm famous, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming up.
I'm working on my second location. Hopefully, it's, they opened up a store in Myrtle Beach, and hopefully I get in there.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
Myrtle
if
Beach.
You know about Myrtle Beach? Okay.
Yeah, I know about Myrtle Beach. What? Who don't know about Myrtle Beach? Well, who on the south side don't know about Myrtle Beach?
For sure.
Myrtle Beach is like Panama.
Facts,
For spring break. So
it is.
Everybody should have a little fun time in Myrtle Beach. But tell me a little bit more about you. Tell me who are you? You know what I'm saying? What's your upbringing?
All right, so I'm 27 years old. I'll be 28 September 6th. I got both my parents in my life. They're divorced. I got a brother and sister. I don't have any kids. I don't know. I was born in the real deep South. Like I said, from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Pretty rough. Kind of grew up in a trailer park most of my life. Then once my parents kind of got it together, they moved us into a house, divorced. Started doing stuff on my own, started living with my father majority of the time. I feel like I'm pretty mature from living with him, so kind of like ahead of my time, I like to think. Went to college in Virginia, graduated, came home, didn't know what to do with myself, kind of, back and forth. Didn't, you know how college is, motherfuckers really don't get a job in the field they really go to school for. You know how that goes.
Me and you.
Exactly. Where you went to school?
Tech. Oh, where did I go to school?
Yeah.
I went to Georgia State.
Georgia State? Okay. For sure. I went to Hampton University.
Oh, yeah. I know what it is.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, came back home, and I was just, I was working in the hospital, wasn't a high-paying job, and just trying to, figure out what I want to do in my next step, and kind of locked in with this, and I don't know, that's what it is. I like to travel. I'm going to DR in like 2 weeks. Yeah, that's like my thing.
Okay. The reason I asked you to tell your story is because sometimes people connect with you a little bit more when they know your background, they know where you're at right now. So yeah. I wanted the people to know a little bit more about you. But
I mean, I could go into super deep detail, like I kind of was living in my car for maybe like 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was living in my grandma's house. She didn't really have no room for me, so I had all my clothes, all my belongings in the car. Like only one other person could ride with me for like 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Till I, kind of got on my grind, and now, I feel like I'm doing better than ever.
And that's very inspirational. Well, congratulations to you on that. I do want to say congratulations. You staying out? You got your own place now in Charlotte?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Charleston.
Shit.
But it's crazy. People do that all the time.
Because it's Charleston, Charlotte, South
Exactly.
Carolina, North Carolina. Like, sometimes I don't know. South Carolina is
Charleston, South Carolina, and Charlotte, North Carolina.
Damn.
You gotta leave from California or something.
I know, but it's just like... I should know this. I ain't gonna forget now. Charleston, South Carolina.
For sure.
All right. So I really appreciate you hopping on the podcast with me, telling your story, telling everybody who you are. Before we leave, I want them to know where they can find you personally and your brand.
Okay, so yeah, I'm located in West Ashley, which is a city inside Charleston, South Carolina. My Instagram is YoungKing2_B. My brand name is Create2_. That's KCreate 2_. Yeah.
All right. Y'all heard it here first, because you said this was your first one, right?
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here first, you know what I'm saying? If y'all need to reiterate anything like that, just go back and hear your story all over again, because it's a very inspirational story from what I heard. I really appreciate you hopping on with me. This is Nia at the Atlanta Streetwear Market. A time like this, I'm going to see y'all soon. Peace.
Yeah.